guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is just like a chit chat, get ready with me. I have to go to work later, so I thought let's just do my makeup and see what happens. So I'm gonna be using the Riviera palette today. I thought that this would be a nice one to do since I haven't played around with this too much on camera. And I'm thinking I want to do a cut crease. I've been liking cut creases a lot lately. I'm gonna start by priming my eyelids, and I'm using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. So I don't start work till 2 p.m. today, and it's such a nice day outside. Like, it's so sunny, and it's winter here in Melbourne, but it's actually like not cold outside today, which makes it even harder to go to work. I love my job and I'm really lucky I have the job that I do, but some days, especially when you start later, you're just like, I don't want to go. Okay, so I'm just going to set my eyeshadow primer using the colour Sails in that palette. It's just like a white powder. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the colour Estate, which is just sort of like this peachy colour here. And I'm just going to take that as like a transition colour. But yeah, as I was saying, I have to go to work, and when it's such a nice day outside and you start a bit later, it really makes you like want to be able to chill and like spend some time in the sun when there's not much of it. I feel like my voice sounds like a little bit croakier than normal. It's not too bad. I did get my flu shot this year, but I think I might be coming down with like a little bit of a cold. This one here is called Coastline, and so I'm just going to take that more so in the crease. It's a little bit darker than that other colour we used. I ordered the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette, which is so exciting and I can't wait to play with it. It's actually like stunning, and the colours are really, like, it has a really cool colour story to it. So I think I'm going to film a video with that tomorrow because I have the day off, so I have a bit more time, but it looks so cool. I love the packaging. Like, I really wanted to buy one of the like Jeffree Star mirrors with that Jawbreaker print on it, but Princess Polly does not sell it in Australia, which I'm really kind of shocked because they used to sell his like other mirrors. I'm gonna do something random, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Cans, whatever however you say it, and I'm gonna take that on the outer corner of my eye. Zoom you guys in a bit more so that way you can actually see what I'm doing. And if you were wondering like why I'm doing this kind of makeup for work, I do work in a store that is appropriate to have this kind of makeup on. Sometimes I just like love to play with colour. It's really fun. Okay, so let's go back in with our crease colour just to blend that together a little bit more. Alrighty, let's cut that crease. So we're going to use the Tarte Shape Tape. Okay, so we have cut our crease now. Let's go in with the colour called Seychelles, which is this beautiful blue. And I'm just going to pack that on the lid. So, have any of you guys been watching House Rules? Because that is like one of my favourite shows at the moment. Dad and I used to watch it years ago when we lived on the Gold Coast. And then when we moved back to Australia last year, we started watching it again. And it's so amazing how like quick they can like transform people's homes. I really want to go on that show, but I need a house. Okay, so I'm just gonna re-intensify that purple on the outer corner and blend the edges together. Okay, so you can see how that is looking so far. So I'm just going to do that to the other side as well. The next video you guys will see will probably be that Jeffree Star video. Okay, so now that we're looking nice and colourful, I'm gonna do my base and then we will come back and finish off the eyes. For my like foundation base today, I'm gonna use the It Cosmetics CC cream. This one here has an SPF 50 in it and my sunscreen just ran out, so I had to get a new one. So I'm just gonna use this instead. And I'm just like applying it with a beauty blender. The beauty blender is like one of my favorite tools to use. Just gives like such a nice finish to the foundation and to the skin. Okay, so now that we have that on, it's time to take a sip of coffee. My coffee always ends up going cold. I never drink it in time, but I drink it anyway when it's cold. I know some people think that's really gross, but I think because I used to be like a server in a restaurant, every time I would make a coffee or a tea, it would just get crazy busy and then I'd never be able to drink it. So I would always just drink it cold, and now I've got used to it. It still tastes good though. I'm feeling like very sort of like 90s with these colors. 80s, 90s. I'm living for it. So Nescafe is one of my favorite instant coffees. I do like Moccano as well, but I feel like Nescafe, there's just something about that taste. Just makes me feel comfort. So I'm gonna go get my hair done again soon in the next, maybe within the next like month. And I'm thinking I want to go lighter. My hair is already like relatively light at the ends. I haven't washed it in a few days, so it doesn't look as like blonde, and it's grown out quite a lot too. So last time I had my hair done, I had a full head of foils and a root stretch. And I really, really love how it turned out. Girl that did my hair, her name is Ella. She works at Jad Hair in Epping, and she does an amazing job. So I'm excited to go back. I think that I want to do like a half head of foils just to lighten it up a bit more. And I'm going to get my hair just a trim, not a big cut, because I just feel like it would be really cool to have really long hair like Kim Kardashian. Okay, we are foundationed and concealed. Now I'm going to use a setting powder and just set that in place. I always use the Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. Today I might use the Hourglass Veil. This is a really nice setting powder, especially if you want something that's going to reflect a little bit of light and not be like as matte as some others. Alright, so let's go in with some highlighter and bronzer. Okay, so I'm going to do my highlight first, and I'm going to be using the Exposed Highlight from Tarte. So, question, do any of you guys struggle with figuring out what to cook for dinner? Because me and Ben, when we don't know what we feel like, it is honestly a mission and a half to figure out what to make for dinner. Especially if you're already hungry, because you kind of want everything. So if you guys have any like go-to like meals, like easy quick dinner options, leave them down below, because I'd love to know. Like, it's honestly one of like life's hardest decisions to make, and I feel like I never used to have so much trouble figuring out what to make for dinner, but now we just kind of, I feel like you get stuck in a rut sometimes too, and you kind of just like make the same things because it's easy. I don't eat a lot of like meat though, so just keep that in mind. Usually it's like pretty easy to make a vegetarian alternative for something. Like I eat chicken breast sometimes, but I don't know, I just don't really like meat that much. I wish I did though, because it's good for you. Especially like if you have like low iron and stuff. So for blush, I'm going to go in with the Galifornia blush. This one has like a little bit of an overspray when you first get it, but then after that it's just like the color. And it looks like it would be quite dark, but the nice thing about the Benefit blushes is you can really build them. It's not like you dip your brush in and you're like, oh shit, I've got a pink stripe on my face. Okay, now for brows. I like to use a Benefit. So I'm going to use the Precisely My Brow. And this one here is really nice if you don't need to fill in your whole brow, but you just kind of want to make them a little bit more defined. Okay, so I filled in my brows now. I'm just going to set them with the 24-hour brow setter. So yesterday I had to go into the city for something in the morning for work, and I had to be there at like 7:50 in the morning. So I left around, I'm gonna say like 6:20, 6:30, and I've never driven into the city before, so I was actually like really nervous, but it wasn't that hard to get where I needed to go to. So I drive there, and then parking can be like harder to find in the city, and I go into one of those like parking garage things where you pay, but it's like if you enter before a certain time it's cheaper. Well, what happens when I get to the gate thing when you want to leave? I put the little ticket in and it comes up saying I owe $58. Not really sure why. I was there for like literally 2 hours. How does that equal $58? I don't know. But anyway, long story short, I pressed the intercom. It took like forever for someone to like answer the thing. Because sometimes, like, you know, if you go into like those parking garages, sometimes the thing isn't always correct. And yeah, so I was like, oh, I'm just wondering like why it says $58. The lady on the other end was so freaking rude. I could not believe it. And there's like cars coming up trying to get out behind me, so I didn't want to take too much time. But she's like, well, that's the charge, so you're here just over 2 hours, so that's how much you have to pay. And I'm like, okay, no worries. How, like, where do I get the receipt from? She's like, it'll print you out one, and then hung up. And I'm like, okay. And I paid, and no receipt even came out. I managed to like contact the company and get them to email me one, but what is like the most you've ever paid for parking before? Like, I literally was in shock at how much it was. I've never ever paid that much for parking before. I've learnt my lesson for next time not to park in that parking garage. Okay, we're gonna do some inner corner highlight, and I'm gonna take that gold Inheritance shade from the Riviera palette and just put that in there. So how many of you watching have watched Summer Heights High? Because that is one of my favorite shows. Me and my friend Ishwin, when we worked together in Banff, we always would always quote things from Summer Heights High. Mr. G is probably my favorite character. He's so funny and just like super over dramatic, and it's hilarious. So what, if you've watched it, who's your favorite character and what is your favorite like quote in that series? I feel like him and I annoyed everyone at work there, because we would always quote like Bridesmaids, Summer Heights High, what else? It was just hilarious though. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with some black just on the top lash line. Time for some mascara. So I'm gonna be using my Bad Gal Bang, which I use all the time. Okay, so I've just popped some mascara on, and now I'm gonna do my lips. This is a Bite Beauty lipstick, and it's an orange color. It's called Warmed Maple. And I'm just going to tone down a little bit of the orange with this gloss from Fenty. This is called Spacesuit. This was part of like a limited collection. I think it came out around Christmas time, not last year, the year before. Or maybe it was a summer one, I don't remember. You'll love a good gloss. Okay guys, so that's the end of the video for today. My makeup and my hair is done. I just have to go get changed. Let me know down below what are your great dinner ideas? Because that is like my #1 question. And if you have any questions for me, leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you have that little bell ticked so that you know when I upload. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.